Hey everyone. So I recently returned from a trip to Egypt and Austria. It's a lovely fall day in New Jersey. And so I just went out, got my coffee. But anyways, something I think about a lot is how to try and combine some of the goofy videos I started filming during my travels as just kind of a way to, I think, make myself feel more comfortable. I started making videos during my solo travels, but also during some of the tours I was going on as kind of a fun way to make me laugh, but also just, I think when I look back at what it's given me, like, oh yeah, it's also kind of a fun way to feel really connected, both by like sharing things with, you know, the people you love back home, and also just like it's a nice chance to get to reflect on the trips after the fact. So with that being said, I'm gonna try to combine some of the Egypt content with this video, and kind of tie it into overcoming chronic pain and symptoms and OCD loops, and all of the things. So the first thing I was thinking about is how OCD and chronic pain and symptoms, and I think a lot of these loops in the brain often tie together. I think that they're a lot like a pyramid scheme. And so when we're really, really in the loop and it's just like taken over everything, often for years, if it hasn't really been treated, it's really easy for our brains to be like, oh my God, like, can no one help me get out of this? Like, who is there to help me get out of this? And then I think, to no fault of our own, we tend to jump around to different paths, whether it's like different routes in the medical field, or then maybe we'll hop to different coaches online. We'll try so many different things because the loop is kind of increasing the fear that's behind it and sense of like terror because we're being tortured. And it's like, who can help me get out of this? So it's like a pyramid scheme. So as you can see from this photo I'm about to show you in a few seconds, I had been posting some adventures in Pennsylvania on my Instagram story for a little bit. And I needed a way to switch up temporarily, and introduce the fact that I landed in Egypt. And so I posted this photo that you'll see in a minute. And so as you can see, that was me standing on our lovely balcony at our first hotel in Cairo, that overlooks some of the pyramids. And just like the pyramids might seem big and overwhelming, I think that overcoming chronic pain and symptoms and OCD loops, all of the stuff, can often feel very overwhelming as well. If you're like, why is it dark now and the setting has changed in like where Christina's parked? It's because I took a break to go do some DoorDash deliveries. Gotta do that hustling to pay for future travels. And I'm finally returning to filming this little portion. So where we left off was talking about the pyramids and Egypt and how it all ties into overcoming chronic symptoms and OCD, and chronic pain. And so just like you might not climb to the top of the pyramids perfectly, because that would be really hard and you don't have to do it perfectly. Sometimes it's nice to just give yourself a moment to kind of just float. And I'll try to elaborate on what I mean by that. So I think what happens, to no faults of our own, when we're kind of stuck in these like repetitive thought loops, my boy Eckhart might call it the like thought loops and incessant thought loops, just the ego. I know sometimes I say like OCD loops. But I think that what it kind of pushes us to do sometimes is be like, we must fix. And so we sign up, like I was talking about at the start of the video, for the next doctor's appointment or coaching or this and this. And I think even though it's unintentional, then our sweet little primitive brain, I know Alan Gordon talks about this and Dr. Schubner, it kind of goes like, oh my gosh, if we're doing all of this fixing stuff like this, I must not be okay. And I think we're doing it because we're seeking out comfort, and we want to know that we're taking care of whether it's like the symptoms or what's going on with us. And it's really hard when the loop is so intense to recognize, like, actually, I know it feels really, really hard at first, almost like impossible, like climbing something like a pyramid. But if I take more time to like book, whether it's like little dinners with friends or even just like a nice moment floating in a pool if possible, or whatever it is, little things that are communicating to your brain that you're okay. So just things that maybe feel a bit more like day-to-day life, because I know it's so easy when we're kind of trapped in this loop for it unintentionally to become a whole identity. And so I was going to show you guys a little pool at our first hotel in Cairo. I'll show you in a moment, exploring that. That's why I was thinking of this floating metaphor. So I was going to go in, I changed into a bathing suit, but we were about to meet our entire tour group like right before. And so normally I would have, like, just to say that I went in the pool and like to do it, jumped in. But now I'm working on not doing things because I feel like I should or like have to, but on like doing things because it actually feels enjoyable. So I put my foot in, it was really, really cold. And I had to ask myself, like, do you want to sit right before meeting the group, soaking wet, a bit cold? Like, yeah, if it was still sunny out, it would have been nice to enjoy the pool, but like, you can see it. You stuck your foot in, you took nice photos, and it felt good making that decision. And I think that's a big part of kind of recovering from this stuff too, is like, what feels even 1% better for us, which probably isn't looking up like a million other doctors or coaches or doing this program and this program. But maybe just taking a moment, even if it's just for like 5 minutes you start with, to just take a deep breath, knowing that you're okay, slowing down, and even just watching like a little clip of something that makes you laugh and starting with that as a practice, rather than trying to just keep like climbing incessantly to fix this thing. I hope this metaphor is making sense. Oh, this is neat. And so rather than feeling like we have to like climb and fix, I I think that maybe little things, whether it's like a pool hang or a nice dinner with a friend, we can almost think of those as like cool little secret chambers or like hidden staircases in the pyramids that are communicating to our sweet little primitive brains like, hey little buddy, I've got you, you're safe, you're okay. And I know that even sometimes stuff like that can feel really, really overwhelming, but kind of thinking of it as like a practice, and that the more you do it, you get to keep kind of practicing being around people and recognizing like, oh yeah, everyone's really nice. And if you're nice, then like that will be returned and it feels good. And doing more of that for yourself. On my first night before the tour, I went to a really nice dinner with a friend who's actually from my state, a new friend. And it was just a really nice evening sitting by this like beautiful pool facing the pyramids. And it was just so cool to see that and to, you know, be sitting there having a nice time, getting a delicious dinner. And I think that was a nice way to, after so many years of being trapped in horrific suffering, it's a nice way again to just be like, okay, I got you, like, you're good. So I'll show you guys that dinner. It was really beautiful.
You're meant to do the or I don't
Or
want
nothing,
it.
or Bill.
Oh my God. I like this light.
That's so pretty. Oh yeah, with the light
Wait,
changing.
if you walk.
Ooh. And so to conclude, just like if you're in a pyramid scheme, you might feel like, ah, help, I'm trapped and I can't get out, help. Starting to sound like one of those like alert commercials. Which is really good they have that to help people. Anyways. But just like you might feel that way if you ended up in a pyramid scheme, I know that's how it can feel to be trapped in these loops, whether it's years with chronic pain or symptoms or a mix or OCD. It can feel like torture. But just kind of slowly communicating safety to yourself in little ways, even if it's just going on, like, if you're, you know, ready for that, like a 2-minute drive listening to your favorite song, and then maybe building up for like 5 days later, going for like a 5-minute drive listening to your favorite songs, and just slowly forming new habits that are communicating safety to your brain and that you're okay and you're able to, you know, go out and enjoy life. That can really help. And also just having support can help too. That's also another nice way to communicate safety. Doing these little things and then being able to maybe talk about it with, whether it's someone you trust who focuses on mental health, or like a really good friend, having that support and showing yourself too that you care about you. And then who knows, like I said, what little secret chambers or hidden pathways it can lead to. So I'll conclude with one last view of our balcony in a video we took on arrival day, me and my new friend from my state. And I just want you guys to know that if you're grappling with chronic pain or symptoms or these loops, I know that it is so challenging, to put it very, very lightly. It could feel like the worst form of torture on the entire planet. But I do believe in you, and I believe that you can feel better. I really believe that. I am so proud of you. And I am giving all of you a very big hug. If you found this helpful and want to like and subscribe to kind of help things grow, trying my best to really practice the YouTuber speech, help the channel, that would be great. But all right, guys, I hope everyone has a really nice week. And as I always say, if it's a tough week, I do genuinely believe, like I just said, that you can feel better. All right, guys, I will talk to you soon. The video.
Wow.
Would you look at that?